Hello and welcome back to another Pretty HD video, and today we see the conclusion of what's happened in the transfer window pretty much overall. You see, in episode 2 of Birmingham City career mode, we sign Christian Ramirez at left back. That is a brilliant signing, a young, vibrant youth player who can easily replace Grounds in the future. We finally lap up our goalkeeper as well. Luckily, Legends isn't going to be our permanent keeper. We have now him as a substitute. Didalon is our permanent keeper. Our central attacking midfield spot is also improved. After Han Chan he was signed, we needed a higher quality cam to be the first team addition for the Premier League. Matthew Pereira is such a good option because he is young. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a face on the game, which is a real shame. And 3 million is a lot. It's a big investment. It's the most we've spent on a player so far. But considering we sold Fabrini for 8 million, I think that is a decent deal. Unfortunately, our youth scout brings back a left midfielder, which is a real shame. We've already got a lot of wingers. We've already got a lot of left mids. That's his wage. I'm not going to sign him up yet. I'm going to try and see what his potential is before I sign him up. So then we can find out where I'm going to be playing him and how often I'm going to be playing him. Because I think Roldan will probably end up being better anyway. He's got a season on our new signing already, despite the fact that our new signing is already a year older than him. So anyway, let's have a look at some of the player growth at the moment. We've got a decent amount of player growth. I cannot believe that Ramirez and Dillon have gone up, I believe, on their first time trying. Was it Ramirez that had gone up? I know Dillon definitely had, and we'd only had him here for a day or so that's very, very good. So yeah, we are now in the second month. Octavio Roldan has also gone up as well, which is excellent to see. Let's get into our first Premier League fixture ever. This is immense. Our first Premier League game of the career mode series. Our first Premier League game since 2010-11 in real time. So this is immense. We left the Premier League in a 2-1 loss to Spurs. Damn you, Pavlyuchenko, I believe it was. Was it Pavlyuchenko? I think it was Pavlyuchenko. Anyway, today's occasion is huge. It is awesome because we are playing Everton and we start the game really confidently. We're playing really well. Our one-touch football is really good and we actually go and score. We break the duck first and we draw first blood in the Premier League. David Cotterill, our right midfielder, who's quite aging now. He's getting on. He's a bit old and I am thinking about replacing him very, very soon. Possibly getting a new right midfielder and selling him on for his decent amount that we could still get from at the moment, around 1 million, well, around 800,000 to 1 million probably. And unfortunately, somehow, Everton's Stekelenburg keeps it out with a last grasp dive onto the line, managing to keep the ball out of the net after it had just rebounded off the post, and somehow we only go in at 1-0 at half-time. But what a start to the Premier League season so far. 1-0 at half-time, you cannot argue with that, because quite frankly, the Premier League is going to be so tough, and for a new group of players to be gelling so well on their first game, you got players like Ramirez there, causing problems for the defence, but Everton were being torn open by us there, and literally, if it wasn't for a very good save and a bit of a weak shot really from Cotterill, we would have scored again. We're getting closer and closer to getting that second goal, but we really don't want Everton to equalise in the final minutes of the game. And new substitute as well, Williams, he's our CDM now, a very, very bright prospect as a CDM as well. He, unfortunately there, couldn't quite get the shot in, and neither can Adams as he drags it left of the goal. But we win our first game in the Premier League. What a start. And I genuinely cannot believe that, because I didn't expect to win our first game in the Premier League at all. I thought it was going to be a very, very difficult game, and it was, granted. It was very difficult. It's a well-fought game, and I think we did so well there. Genuinely, I'm so proud of my players, you know, and that was genuinely one of the most exciting games I've played, because we turned up for the occasion there. We thought, right, this is important. This is the Premier League now. Everton underestimated us. We were calm on the ball. We were very, very composed. And in the end, our slow build-up ended up getting our rewards. We actually kept possession, which was a main thing as well. In this game, we've got the battle of the two promoted teams, Pereira, our new signing, comes so close on his debut there to scoring a goal. Or was it his second game? I'm not quite sure. And we are doing very well here against Norwich. Not quite as well as the game against Everton as the clock ticks down. I say ticks down, we're already on the 25th minute. But, you know, we aren't quite getting clear-cut chances. We're getting a lot of them. but that has to go in. I'm sorry, Pereira, you've had 2 great sitters this game, and they're chances that just have to go in, and that is disappointing from our new central attacking midfielder. Granted, he's gone in the position, and if he wasn't even there, then I probably wouldn't have even complained, because I wouldn't have moaned at him for not being there, because I probably wouldn't have noticed. But getting in the position's all good, but you need to finish the ball, don't you? And at the end of the day, that was a poor finish, and it could cost us. Luckily, there it doesn't. Somehow it doesn't. I'm not quite sure how. But it is Norwich who are the best team in the second half as of yet, and they do start very well. They've got a bit of a chance here again as they weave in and out our defenders. Luckily for them, they get through. But a last-ditch challenge from none other than Reece Oxford, who is now our main and best centre-back rating-wise. What a solid man, what a solid bloke. 0-0 though, 90th minute mark. Unfortunately, no goal as of yet, but one more chance may spill our way now. It's Han Chan-hee, plays it wide to David Cotterill, into Lozano, and substitute striker, Lozano has scored! The new signing, he has got his first goal, our new number 10, the new young striker has got his first goal, and we erupt in the corner of Carrow Road because we have got the second goal in the Premier League season, and it took 90 minutes, but we finally snatch a win, and unbelievably, from 6 possible points, we have got 6. What a start to our Premier League season. It is quite frankly unbelievable. I am playing so well. Like, genuinely, this was the best I'd ever played. Granted, that was only just a sneaky win there against a relegation candidate like us, but at the end of the day, I don't care. If you're winning games like that in the 90th minute, that is the sort of teams that stay up. The Everton game, we played really well. That game, we didn't play so well, but we still managed to get the win, and points at everything in this game in the Premier League. I just want to stay up. Chelsea now in the EFL Cup. It's a very, very difficult game, of course. Chelsea, probably the best team we've played so far this season, probably ever, to be honest. And it is a very, very important one as well for us if we want to try and progress and meet slightly heightened objectives domestically in cups. Last season, of course, there was hardly any domestic objectives. This season, there's a slight bit more expectation there. And wow. Oh my freaking god. It is Ryan Shotton with a hit like that. Have it! To put that into simple terms, that is literally a wonder goal. Just a lovely bit of passing play from a corner. A tap back into Ryan Shotton's feet. One touch, and then boom! We take the lead against Chelsea in the most emphatic way possible. I just thought, I'm going to hit this. I didn't even realise it was Ryan Shotton. I was thinking, I'm just going to hit this, hoping that it was a striker. But who cares? Who gives a damn? Because we have got a goal with Ryan Shotton that will go down in history as possibly his best goal in his entire career. Quote me if I'm wrong. And we double our lead. We are 2-0 up against Chelsea. We are in dreamland. Literally dreamland. I genuinely don't understand what is going on. But it's got to be something quite good because our team is clicking. It is clicking. That was the queerest thing I've ever done. Nothing against queer people though, by the way. Anyway, that was such a nice goal. I love goals like that. Right, not even right in the bottom corner, but just enough in the bottom corner on the first time from Han Chan-hee. Another central attacking midfielder proving himself, and unbelievably, all of the players that we have signed so far this season seemed to have got off the mark very quickly and seemed to have made a very big impression early on. Which is just excellent, because if they get off the mark, then it's a huge confidence booster. Instead of players like Fabrini last year, it took them about 5 months or something to get a goal into the season, which is just horribly bad. But this year, both Cams and our striker have already got goals in competitive matches, and it is brilliant to see how well we are playing. Don't get me wrong, it was all Chelsea second half. I mean, you can just see from these highlights here, it is all Chelsea second half. But one break we get now is with Lozano, and unfortunately it is intercepted very well. But I was trying to pick out threads, really. Threads of half chances to try and prove that we were sort of in the game. But quite frankly, to be honest, we weren't. We were being completely dominated, but somehow we held out, and not one Chelsea chance went in, and that is full time. We are through in the EFL Cup. It's a great chance to progress now, because we've got Derby in the next round. I can announce the fixture drawn was Derby County. A brilliant chance to progress. And the underdogs beating Chelsea, knocking a big team out of the cup, It's such a great start. What a great start. Round 2 of the EFL Cup, we are off the mark. And we are truly 3 wins out of 3 in competitive games in the Premier League and EFL Cup against very good teams. One team that will be battling with us to stay up. I can't quite comprehend how good this episode has been. Make sure you hit that like button. I love that Han Chan goal, whatever his name is, and that Ryan shot and goal was perfection. Click the like button just for that Ryan shot and goal. I will see you next time.